Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Cosmic Crit. I'm trying to figure out what I'd like to say. Obviously, things are a little crazy out there right now, and I want to talk about that. But at the same time, we want this podcast to be a place where you can sort of lay it down for an hour or so and relax with some fun friends, just goofing off and goofing around and playing some Starfinder, so I'll be brief. Wash your hands more and more often than you think you need to. Cough into your elbow. Don't touch your face. Keep plenty of space between you and others. And stay home if you can, especially if you're not feeling well. Also, consider buying gift cards from businesses you want to support that may be struggling right now. They're basically interest-free loans, and it's a nice thing to do. If you're looking for another way to help, consider giving to a charitable organization that's doing work in this, or, indeed, all charitable organizations could probably use your help right about now. One way that you can give is by joining us on April 17th through the 19th for CritterCon 3. We'll be playing some games, doing some streaming, we'll be holding drawings for fancy Starfinder Society boons, and as always, there will be a whole mess of super cool folks playing Starfinder together online, which means you can be as close to that microphone as you want to be. And all the while, we're going to be raising money for Doctors Without Borders, which is fighting to bring medical relief to places that are most vulnerable to COVID-19. They always do very important work, but now, perhaps more than ever, they need our support. So please consider donating there directly, or you can join us for CritterCon 3 and give through our donation portal. So keep an eye on our socials and Discord for more information. That should be coming out maybe next week, maybe in the coming week. Should be soon. We'll have a post up on CosmicCrit.com, so keep your eyes peeled. It's always such a blast, and I really hope to see each and every one of you there. It's a great time, and I hope you'll join us. Anyway, thanks for indulging me there, and thanks too for joining us once again for this episode, which we're calling Episode 128, Convecyte 451.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
Prepare yourself to kiss my fist in a side-scrolling amphibian beat-em-up action-packed adventure. As this week, we dive into another episode of Critty Toads. This is your GM, the general manager of your local GameStop, answering the phone to tell you we do not have any copies of the game, and traveling down the Wookiee hole with me this week to defeat the evil Dark Queen of the Swarm are my 5 friends and your players. Let me introduce them right now. To my right, she's gently floating down a stage while dodging rocket-powered rats. It's Rebecca, rolling with Zinnia.
Hello.
Across from her, this mechno droid is ready to jet turbo into an oncoming wall and rage quit the game entirely. It's Drew delivering Echo 7.
Did you guys know this is one of the rare instances where the Japanese release of the game was easier than the American
And
release of the game?
to my right, he's going to turn some psycho pigs into pork chops. It's Tyler dredging up to Vasho. Across from him, he's going to battle Bug Butt or Big Bad Boot his enemies into oblivion. It's Jabert playing as Trest.
I don't know what this is.
And across the digital table, the April O'Neil to their turtles. Why, it's Miles mixing it up with Princess Sprouts.
Good evening.
Battletoads, of course. Maybe the original break your controller game of
Definitely one of them.
Generations.
I also remember working at game establishments when the meme happened, and that was fun.
Yeah. So did you guys indeed have Battletoads? We need to know.
I did kind of turn around and convince several people that the game actually was real and tricked them into coming to the store, and then made fun of them when they asked for it.
Wait, I'm confused. Was it not real?
There hasn't been a Battletoads game in some time.
Yeah, so what happened is 4chan got it in their head to, let's call specifically GameStop, but basically game stores, and repeatedly ask for Battletoads or a new Battletoads. And at that time, there hadn't been a new Battletoads game for 10, 15 years.
Okay, but Battletoads was a real game at some point,
yes,
just not at the... Okay.
My references were specifically to the NES version, if memory serves, where one of the punches stages was you just kicking the enemies and your foot like enlarged, like, cartoonishly. Fun game, extremely difficult game.
Also, weird crossover with Double Dragon.
Very, very weird, but it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
I mean, I was kind of hoping it would have more. There would be like more like crossovers afterwards, like Ninja Turtles and Streets of Rage.
Oh yeah, you can wish. How are you guys doing? How's everything this week, folks?
Not too shabby, pretty good.
Every time.
Classic Miles.
I'm doing well, and although I know that this is probably, you guys are all listening to this a month or whatever ahead.
Oh no, Tyler! What?
I know. Patrick's already so happy because he do
it, Ty.
But I feel like we had to do it because today is GM Appreciation Day, and so I thought it would be.
Is GM Appreciation Day like the middle of April?
I knew this was going to happen. No. I was going to warn you about it, Tyler, but I just decided to let you take your shot.
But for the 4th of March, it is, and I figured it'd be nice if we each said a little thing about how much we appreciate Patrick and all the hard work that he does. Like, I GM games, and I know how difficult they are to set up and run, and I know how much work you do, Patrick, to make this show as baller as it can be.
Yeah, like editing the podcast.
That's a great example.
To make
that's
sure
a great example
that there isn't giant time discrepancies in our feed. We are recording this very early to try and get ahead on some upcoming vacations, a little behind the scenes action. Ooh. But yeah, March 4th, International GM Appreciation Day sounds like the most made up of holidays. But yeah, we can celebrate it here in April. I mean,
April Fools.
You have 60 seconds between the 5 of you. Express your appreciation now.
Patrick, you're my first GM.
Patrick, you're my first GM, and you're very good at it, and I love you.
Thank you, Jabert.
You mentioned editing the episode. I know a lot of our listeners are also GMs in their own right and players in their own right, but you guys don't know how much work goes into cutting down these recording sessions that feature 6 people all talking at once, all trying to do stuff at once, and
at some points having a 15-minute discussion about Gundam that's not going into the final episode.
Yep.
Yes.
So it's a challenge.
Right, 30 seconds left.
So I just wanted to say, I love you, buddy. You do an incredible job. You are my first and to date only regular GM.
You better not cheat on me with another GM. I swear.
But honestly, you are the reason I am as enthusiastic about tabletop gaming as I am. You have always done an excellent job.
Really, the time here, 15 seconds.
Spinning stories, making them your own, and adapting the material in a way that makes it engaging and fun and inspires creativity in me as a player.
Mm-hmm. I just want to thank you for always being so prepared for us and also having the flexibility to allow us to contribute to the story as well. And you're the best GM ever.
I'm the best GM you've ever had for certain, I should hope. Tyler, do you have a button on this, or is you starting this ball rolling enough?
I love you.
Oh, I love you guys too. I don't need appreciation thrown upon me, whether it be by you guys or the fans, because you all showing up here to play every week is enough for me, and our fans downloading these episodes and telling us what they think about them is definitely more than enough to keep us chugging along. So thank you once again. Thanks to our fans for listening. It is honestly one of my favorite parts of the week when I get to sit down and look at your beautiful faces and try and murder your characters. So with that being said, let's get back to that. I want some more chances to roll dice. Before we do though, let's get back into the backstory through the eyes of our plant investigator friend. Tell us what happened last time on Cosmic Crit.
After the goop made tracks from Rhea's brain, we got all the civvies ready to head south to hook up with the rest of the evacuees to get off this godforsaken planet. Sent that sad sack Soothworth along with them. Man ain't right in the head after the fleeing he's seen. But we're keeping the escaped Con Raz around for a while. He might just come in handy if he doesn't get himself killed first. Kept our eyes peeled for the rest of the 2nd Battalion, only to find them too late. They were goners. Found an uninviting little home away from home called the Temple of Hylax. Got jumped by a couple more Vorfoma, chatting some nonsense about Hylax will know. Took those suckers out quickly though. Head inside. Place is booby-trapped. Surefire sign someone's hiding something. If it's worth protecting, it's worth fighting.
All right. Yeah. So last time you guys indeed think we're maybe taking a rest, looking around the temple here. And if memory serves, did you guys disable those traps at the front of the temple?
One of them, and then one of them actually went off, I think.
Right.
Yeah, went off on Zinnia, so she's down some HP. Yeah.
Were you burning an RP here?
I did, and I feel like I probably should heal up as well. While we're stopped, I also wanted to know if there was any chance I could attune my camouflage membrane to the inside of the temple. Would that even work?
It takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do the same as you're resting as well.
Okay.
And then the last thing we did is, I believe, Trest and Sprouts were investigating a box hidden behind a pedestal on the side of the temple here. Opening it up, it was almost like psychically calling out to you, Trest. You found what looks like a very small magical stone with the symbol of Hylax, the Forever Queen, kind of carved into it. Not much larger than like a mouse. Like a little something that looks like maybe a badge of some sort.
Is this magical?
It is indeed. Trying to figure out what this thing is going to be a mysticism check. A difficult one if you guys want to combine resources and try and figure it out.
What's your mysticism?
I've got 7.
Okay, you go and I'll help.
Okay.
I can help as well. My mysticism is 6.
All right. Let's see if we can get a couple
roll
aids
here
here
first.
I assist.
Oh my goodness, Tyler. Succeeding at a skill check, you say?
Ah!
I also assist.
And maybe Miles should have gone.
Pressure on 17 on that assist.
You got this. You got this, Dubert.
You got a +4 as well, so.
Limbering up. Here we go.
Limbered roll. Oh, we nailed it.
Nice.
All right, so that'll be 27 altogether.
Yeah, 16 on the dice. Yes, that is enough. This is a fairly rare magical device known as a planar rune plate. Have you guys heard of these before? Planar rune plates?
No.
Should I roll culture?
No, with the mysticism check, you can maybe Tress has seen when they were a young boy, a priest or priestess of Hylax like wearing one of these, and you can tell even back then that it did have this psychic aura, this like magical aura. And in the course of your lives, you've probably read about them as being these stones that are attuned to the alignment of the deity in which it is used to worship. So this one is Hylax, is dedicated to the Forever Queen. It is basically like an object that is aligned to their belief system. So for Hylax, lawful good. And wearing this magical item gives you a couple of effects. The first one being that if a attack comes to you from the opposing alignment, or from any alignment, I guess, you can tell what that alignment is if it's the opposite. So if you're getting attacked by a lawful evil, or no, a chaotic evil creature, then you would be able to tell. And as a reaction, you can create kind of a magical force field to protect you from an attack from that creature, causing them to re-roll the attack and use the worse result. And the same thing for a saving throw against a creature of that opposite alignment type. Though for this one, this is a Mark 1 planar rune plate. It can be done once per day. So it's not a huge amount of benefit, but it could stop a something from taking you down.
I mean, it seems like something for Trest.
Yeah. So here's a question: would anyone like
one of the other magical items?
Yeah. Would anybody like this recovery Aegis?
Let me look it up and see. I think that was something I was mildly interested in when we originally found it.
Yeah, and it'll and honestly, so right now, sort of my armor slot upgrade slot is full, but you can install it into an upgrade slot, and it won't count as one of your magic items.
So yeah,
it's pretty handy.
You're wearing heavy armor, right, Devosh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you don't have another upgrade?
No.
Yeah. Either way, you can spend these 10 minutes doing that if you'd like.
That's true. That's a good point.
Great. So that is about all you see in here, minus a top of you about 40 feet up or so is where the bottom of this kind of crystalline geode stone stands, and is spreading diffused light, a rainbow of green and purples throughout this room. And then opposite the door you entered from, where the traps were in the northeast side, is another set of double doors.
And remind me what the light level is here.
Here it is normal light.
Okay.
It does seem, almost an ethereal light level, like more light than should be let in just through this crystal. But it is, it's almost, surrounding you. Like there's not like a lot of shadows happening, where you would think there would at the very least be some underneath you. It's all kind of bouncing off everything.
Let's head through those doors.
Yeah. Can we?
I think we should check for traps.
That's fair.
You want to take some time and investigate before you bust those doors open?
Investigate the room or investigate the doors?
Yeah, the path leading up to the doors. I don't think any of you have gone like more than 30 foot into this room, just looking at your tokens. So if you want to...
Sure, yeah.
If you want to investigate, give me a perception check.
It's a 20 for Xenia if it's vision-based.
Only an 11 for Trest.
Yeah, another 20 from Sprout. So you guys are looking around. You don't really see anything here. At least nothing like the other traps that you saw at the front of the temple, where it looked like something just kind of built into the ground and maybe covered up by a hasty rug. But you hear maybe what sounds like kind of like a rhythmic chanting, and like a hum on the other side of the door. So you guys quiet down and kind of creep closer.
Can we recognize anything that is in the chant? Any words or phrases?
It is muffled by these very large doors. It does sound like the Sheeran language. It sounds like the kind of like chittering, ululations of a bug race.
So that we hear that through the doors.
Yep. All right. Yeah, about 10 feet away, you can start like hearing that sound.
I think we should enter slowly. Someone may be performing a ritual.
It's a good idea. After you.
Got that new magical item that will protect you from no matter what is on the other side of that door. So Trest is going through first.
I'm going to slowly open it up.
I don't know why you're not doing it to me. In our Pathfinder game where Jabert is GM, whenever I open a door, I like make the slowest, loudest creaking sounds possible, just to annoy the entire table. As you crack open the door and just maybe part it slightly, the sound comes through a lot clearer, and you can see inside this small inner sanctum, maybe 20 by 20 foot wide, and hear the low chanting of a Sheeran voice. But immediately what strikes you is you see what looks like dozens of ghostly swarm creatures whirling throughout the chambers. Just dozens of them, going in as many directions as you see, and it's what looks like almost separate locations, not even the same plane, crossing through one another on top. And this phenomena is centered on an older male Sheeran who is floating a clear 1.5 feet over the floor, his eyes emanating a wispy green smoke. This is the Sheeran that you're looking at.
Oh, he's got smoky eyes.
Oh, smoky eyes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this informs how popular a character this is, but there's also full art of him. He's on the cover of the book.
Oh.
That's usually not a good thing.
He doesn't have smoky eyes in that picture, though.
No.
That leads me to believe that the smoky eyes are temporary. That's a clue.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fight the smoky-eyed version and then seduce the
We have to
clear-eyed version.
unlock his final form.
That's very true.
Don't fight me, Jabert. Yeah, but you can tell this is a very old Sheeran. It's got, kind of like mottled chitin plates and very pronounced antenna array, very long antennas. As I said, though, magically glowing eyes with wispy green smoke coming out of them and floating a foot above the floor, 1.5 feet.
Yeah, so that's suspicious.
This is indeed the priest Zelanan, and there is like a hum, almost like the beat of insect wings, the chitter of feet on the stone here, and over that he is repeatedly murmuring the phrase in Sheeran, "The connection undone by holy light, the connection undone by holy light." As you're just listening here outside the door, you guys can hear this. Wasn't anyone who can see this happening? Give me a mysticism check.
I will.
Drat. I'll have to
See.
do that later.
See, I'm just going to take the highest one, see who can put 2 and 2 together on what is happening.
23 for me.
11 for me.
Devasho, did you want to roll?
I can't see him.
Can I take this time to turn on my new infrared sensors to see if I can see him?
Yeah, I mean, he's, there is faint light in here, so you'd be able to take a peek through. Did you want to roll mysticism as
Oh
well?
no, I don't have any mysticism. That would be a terrible idea.
You're not entirely sure what's happening here. You're going to rely on one of these other folk to tell you. Definitely something magical. You've not seen anyone floating above the ground in your time in the SDF, but it looks like Trest has maybe the greatest idea of what is happening. Whatever magical incantation Zelanan is doing, this chanting, seems to be causing perhaps the fascination effect you witnessed in the bugs outside in the courtyard, the Vorfoma, when they were at first kind of like in a trance staring at the Temple of Hylax. Zelanan seems to be channeling energy into the large geode on the top of the temple's crest. And furthermore, all these little swarm critters that are like racing around, these little ghostly visions, might be very similar feverish dreams that Suthreth Susaro was reacting to at the water treatment plant. You imagine if you were seeing these, you might fire your gun indiscriminately at the ground as well. The rest of you, as you peek through and around, you see a fairly, recessed stone chamber here, sparsely decorated. There's a cot in the corner, and against the wall, a desk with a computer terminal. And it seems, recently inhabited. So that is what you see. That is what you think Trest. What do you all want to do here?
So I seem to understand this is some sort of a fascination effect.
Yeah, you think that is what is going on here, or maybe you feel it. You don't know, but you feel like that's what's happening.
All right, I'm gonna step in and I'm going to try to reach out and sort of grab, sort of take the Sheeran by the wrist and the elbow and sort of pull them back down to the floor and sort of gently try to snap them out of this trance that they appear to be in.
As soon as you make contact, there is indeed a spark between your hand and the elderly Sheeran's wrist that you felt many times before here. And yeah, as you bring him down slowly, the swarm spirits around you, one by one, fade out, walk into a wall and disappear. And slowly, Zelanan's eyes return to normal, and he kind of staggers backwards a bit. Maybe he's not touched solid ground in some time, but quickly he kind of regains his composure and says, So the SDF
got my messages, then. You've come to protect the temple against the swarm.
Sure, Mac.
And I sort of look back at the rest of the team.
It's something like but legally distinct from that.
Oh, please, Hylax, absolve my lack of manners. Greetings, soldiers. I am Zelanan, priest of the Forever Queen, caretaker of this temple. Welcome. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for helping me. Excuse my magical floating there. That's just something I do.
Yes. Well, Zelanan, do you have any belongings that you will require on our journey?
Our journey, what? Well, everything that I need and own is here in the Temple of Hylax. I've not left here aught in 10 years.
I apologize. There may have been some miscommunication.
He goes over to his desk with his computer on it. He's like,
got my infosphere right here. Oh, it's not working right now, but
all my favorite sites are down.
I've got 50 tabs open at all times on my infosphere computer.
There may have been some miscommunication. Yes, we were tasked with bringing you back to Rio City and getting you off planet as quickly as possible.
He's not listening to you. He says,
"Oh, you all are a little bit late. I've been up in that trance. It feels like for days."
He takes a glass of water and downs it.
Late, yes. I've had visions, odd visions of late. I have seen this swarm campaign of devastation across the surface of Susquehanna as it marches forward. I've seen my beloved landscape transformed. And here at this temple, I believe Hylax is warning me of something that is to come. I've asked for guidance on how to stop this again and again, to no avail. But with your arrival here, my goddess is telling me something important. But what could it be?
His eyes faintly glow as he puts his claw to his chin and kind of contemplates what he said to himself.
I hate to interrupt your musings, but...
Oh, yes. Oh, hello. How are you, my trucks, brother?
Thank you. I am well, but our priority is your safety and...
Well, thank you very much for bringing the weapons. I don't approve of them personally, yes, but I am sure that they are needed in protecting those around you.
We did have to dispatch a few Vorthoma specimen from outside the temple.
Oh, can I get you something to drink or to eat? Or
no.
Would you care to rest for some time here?
I'm afraid there will be no time for eat or rest, as my friend was saying. We have orders to abandon the entire planet, and before we leave the planet, we have been instructed to bring you to Rios. And as the swarm encroach further into this territory, I feel like we should move as quickly as possible.
Oh, but go back all the way to Rios. That seems like an odd trip to make. But who amongst you will stay here and protect the temple while I am gone?
Orders are to abandon the temple. I am sorry.
Well, that is not what I told your commanders a few days ago. My, that will not do. That will not do. Well, we cannot leave the temple. I fear if the swarm take this site, then all will be lost. Hylax has shown me that this place is of great importance. Don't you understand that? A god has spoken with me in so many words, has communed with me. Something here in this temple is of vast importance, though I do not understand what it is. If I had more time, if we could stay but for a week, if I could contemplate and commune with the goddess, well, then maybe I could do it, but...
Trails off in thought.
Buddy, this temple ain't gonna be here in a week.
I agree.
Well, this temple has stood for hundreds of years. It will survive another week, son.
It won't survive the swarm.
You know, you exist in this temple. Is it possible that you are the thing that we are supposed to protect? The thing that could be of most importance?
I am but a humble priest of Hylax. I have no greater value than any other, but this is a holy site. What do you know of Hylax? What do you know of...
He kind of looks over at you, Tress, maybe like a flash of remembrance across his face and says,
Well, what do you know of our people's exodus?
Precious little, I'm afraid, but I've heard the stories.
Susquehanna is very important to us. It is one of the first places we inhabited after the unknowing, the gap, as the pact calls it. We settled here, and on this mountain we established one of the very first worship sites for Hylax, and that means something. That has to mean something. This site is important. It is not me. That is not what I told your superiors. Oh my.
When you were in your trance, you kept repeating the same phrase. Holy light will sever the connection. Is there an object here that emits holy light, something that we can take with us?
If I said something earlier, I don't recall. I saw many things in the trance. I entered it to protect this temple. I was told by Hylax that is what I must do. I was compelled, but things have already happened, and other things have yet to come to pass. I had hoped I might be able to discuss these visions with a knowledgeable expert at a library or university, but if the larger cities have fallen, that might be out of the question now. I don't know what to do. Oh my.
Does anybody have any other questions, or did you want to say something, Trooper?
I was just going to suggest that there may well be the experts you seek. If we go to Rio City, we might find them, and then perhaps we can get questions. I'm certain that Hylax will see to the temple.
He seems, pretty not curmudgeonly, but pretty stuck in his ways here. If you repeat, that you got to take him out of here, he's plops down on his cot and is just like shaking his head to himself as maybe he leaves through a book or two on his nightstand. Do you guys want to attempt a diplomacy check or something along those lines?
Sure.
Yeah, I would like to aid if I can.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, there's an aid.
Say I will also.
Who's rolling it?
Yeah, I would assume Miles rolled first. Miles, were you intending to aid? Or
I was intending to aid, but
So we've got 2 aids. It looks like Devasho's got to say something here.
Okay, well,
I mean, Sprouts. This is a little out of Sprouts' element. Like the seedy crime life and stuff is fine when it comes to
Elderly
magic
care,
and gods and stuff like that. It's a little out of his wheelhouse. He just thinks it's all hooey.
Can I attempt to aid as well?
I think we've got enough here. Devasho, what did you roll by yourself?
I rolled a 16 on the dice, so a 22 by myself with 2 aids that would bump it up to a 26.
Oh, what does Devasho say?
I think Devasho would maybe sit on the ground if he's still on his cot, just so that he's not towering over the poor guy.
Big old trucks.
Yeah, and he's like,
I understand that there is something here that we must protect, but we cannot wait here and lose you and the source of the Hylaxian connection to the swarm if they try to take over the building. If we can get you to Rios and try and figure out what it is that Hylax is trying to tell you, and you can commune with our superiors, then perhaps we can come back here and try to get whatever it is we need back. But I do not think we will find the answer sitting here together.
Oh, Hylax has been warning me of something to come. Warning me the swarm were coming for the temple, though I could not understand why. Why was this place important to them? But I believe the swarm is able to sense our goddess's divinity in the stone. It is said that a powerful artifact was carved from this very stone hundreds of years ago. But scholars do not understand what it is now, what the swarm could be coming for. But that is what I told your SDF command about the dangers of letting the swarm take this place days ago. I was hoping they might be able to figure out why. Thank you to the blessing given to us by the Forever Queen. I've been able to amplify her psychic emanations, but if I leave, then they will surely take this place. But you all, it looks like you might have sacrificed a great deal just to come out and get old Zelanan out.
While all this talking is happening, Zinni is really bored, and she's going to fly to the top of the crystal and see what she can see up there.
Go back into the other room.
Yeah, she's just going to fly around and see if she can see anything up close in examining the crystal.
Bye, he says.
Bye.
As you leave. No, you can get up close to it, and I mean, it's amazing to observe close up. It does seem circular in nature, but as you get up to it, you can tell that like the surface is carved into thousands of tiny flat planes, like little diamond shapes in the side of it. So that's where the light is being diffused, into millions of different beams. And it does seem like there is some tints inside there that is coloring the light, but nothing else besides, the fact that whatever kind of stone this is, whatever kind of mineral it is, a massive one, it's like 8 foot tall. I forget how tall it was, but it's very large and very impressive. Zelanan seems to be coming around as Devasha, you talk him down, and starts to quickly pack a bag, and then kind of puts everything down and says,
"None of the wisdom of my books will aid me in where we go. I imagine we should pack light."
He's looking around his belongings and kind of for the first time acknowledges you fully Trest and says,
"Oh, well, have we met before, gentle host? Your psychic voice sounds familiar to me."
Perhaps this would have been some years ago. When I was a child, my parents brought me here.
Before I was stationed here in the temple, I did come here often and performed services. Perhaps I administered to you your rights of belonging years ago. For coming all this way, please take this.
I hope it's not another magic item.
He takes I believe it might be hybrid, actually, now that I think about it. He takes an item from his desk drawer. It is a psychic booster, not a major item.
Okay.
It is hybrid, so that does count as magic, right? But if you want to use this, he says he can do without it. It works for psychic races, and it just boosts your range.
So he says, "All right, well, if we must leave, perhaps it is indeed, as you said, maybe that is Hylax's will, and she sent you all to retrieve me. It is impossible to know our futures, though you all seem pretty sure about your mission. Very well, I am ready to go when you are."
As he says this, he almost falls to the ground again, almost like an unseen force just kind of like knocks him over. As you go to help the old Sheeran up, his eyes are glowing once again, and he says,
"Evil! An evil is here. It does not think. It obeys direct commands of something unconscionable."
At the same time, Xenia out in the other room, as you're inspecting up above, there is a massive banging noise on the doors from outside. You hear rope snapping, the sounds of something metallic scraping in the front here. I need everyone to make an initiative roll for me.
Oh, boy.
We disabled those traps at the front of the room, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Let that be a lesson, children. Always reset the traps behind you. Oh, bollocks.
Oh, Tyler,
What'd you get, Tyler?
Natural one on initiative.
Oh, man. But Patrick, before you got here, Tyler was bragging about how he rolled the best he'd ever rolled yesterday.
We played Pathfinder, and this guy not only rolled multiple critical hits, rolled critical confirmation rolls. Pathfinder 1E, you've got to roll twice to get that crit, and he was doing it in spades. I guess it's just that other Roll20 table that.
Can we swap to that table? I like that table.
No, we've rolled into initiative here, and as you guys are looking through the twisted doors to the temple, you see the portcullis just kind of in one swift motion crushed open, and see a swarm creature none of you has ever laid eyes on before.
Oh, it's adorable.
Is that an avocado?
It is a greenish and it's got some purple. I don't know. It looks more like an artichoke to me, but
it's an artichoke. And I got a bowl of melted butter for it.
It is large, though. It is about 8 feet tall. Takes up the entire door frame here, walking on 6 legs, and you see dozens of very thick-looking interlocking chitinous plates on its backside that, kind of like a rattlesnake, you see kind of undulate and clack against one another as it sees Zinnia flying up in the middle of the room, maybe some of you at the end of the room here. And it's got these 2 mean-looking praying mantis pincer-like claws, and it lets out a chittering screech as it joins the initiative turn order, and we're in combat.
But can it lead a 1?
Well, let me tell you this, Tyler. It's going before you, period.
I dare you.
Full stop. Natural 20 on the initiative.
Oh, God.
Oh, folks, you don't like to see that.
Oh, that's not good.
Why did you say anything, Tyler?
I don't know.
20. Just a sweet little natural 20 on the initiative roll.
Never hurt nobody, right?
I would rather that than your first attack. So
yes. So I'm going to put this on the map, and I am not actually going first because, Drew, is this your actual initiative? 24? Is that
yeah, baby.
Oh my God, you're so fleet. You are able to react to this thing first. It looks like you're just at the doors about 30 feet away. See this large thing? What would you like to do?
I would like to... Let's see. My life science is 0.
Good. Sounds like your soldier skill ranks are well placed.
I'm gonna have to shoot it.
I'm shocked.
And I'd like to actually use my new little fun toy that I got last episode. My Azimuth artillery laser.
Picked it up off the SDF, the Fallen 2nd Battalion.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's take a shot. That is a 15 versus
15
EAC, I believe.
Yeah, this one is just fire damage, correct?
Yes.
I don't even think it's getting any cover here, as the main drag of this temple is about 10 feet wide, and it only goes up some steps where you get some cover from benches and pedestals like that. So 15 is going to be a hit.
Yes, 8 points of damage.
Oh my gosh, that's like some of the most damage you've done with any heavy weapon so far. Ooh, ouch! It gets a huge hole in like one of its shoulder plates, just right off of its head. Burns right through it, and it lets out a screech as that happens. Another chittering screech, and thankfully my 20 is enough to make it go second.
Good. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, now who is it going to attack? That is the question. Oh, probably the robot that just nearly hurt it a great deal. How much of its hit points did you take down? Way too many with an 8.
We are in a terrible battle formation, listeners. All the ranged combatants are up front, and the 2 melee combatants are in the back.
So it is charging through towards you. So it is double moving and going to make an attack here against you as its full action, and is coming at you with probably... Yeah, it's just this big old mantis claw. 14 on the attack. It's going to be a hit. Damage, D6. All that. Max damage, 11 points of damage.
And I complimented you at the start of this episode.
Oh my goodness. No takesy backsies. That is its turn, and Miles is next with a sprout. It has moved right up on top of you and Echo 7.
All right, so I guess, can I take a guard step back while also claiming my target?
No, but you took the operative trick where the opposite of your trick don't provoke, right?
Oh, that's right.
Probably a great time to have that right now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna claim my target, and then I'm going to move back.
I would love to have that attack of opportunity right now.
And now to make my trick attack with my laser pistol. That's a CR 14 or lower.
Oh, that'll do.
For a 16 to hit.
A hit.
So only 1 damage, but I get a +4 for the trick, so 5 points of damage.
Okay, all right. That is up a non-zero amount of damage to it this turn again. And we are now about halfway done with turn 1 as Trest comes up in the room with Zelonan. And Zelenan's just very confused in there. It's like, why didn't the trap stop it?
Oh no!
What is happening? It's so dastardly it jumped right over those traps.
Looks like they didn't work.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run forward and pull out my sword and sort of jump into the space that was just vacated by Sprouts.
Oh yeah!
Like just as Sprouts is stepping back, I'm stepping into the space. I'm coming up with my sword and I slash down. I'm gonna try to tangle up one of those nasty mantis pinchers. Oh no! Cling clang.
4 on the dice. Yeah, you lay into one of those plates and get a big old chip off of it. It doesn't seem to hurt him at all, though. It's armor deflecting that blow. That is a move and an action, which means Zinnia is next. Zinnia flying up about 30 feet above this thing at the moment.
Good.
Do you want to land next to it? Do some melee, maybe? Get right within it?
No, definitely not. She, while flying high above it, is going to, first of all, take note of how Trust's attempt against it did not work, and also try to identify this creature, see if she has studied it at all in her research. 16. Oh, wait. More than that.
Yeah.
17 because of the operative's edge.
Good. Because with that -5, that will be enough to tell... I have the number here. That'll be enough to tell 2 items about this thing.
Do I know what it's called?
Yes. This is a Swarm Convecyte. Swarm Convecyte. Oh, you know what? No. Well, I've written the DC down as 18, so that is actually only 1 bit of information. It has a number of abilities, a few defensive, maybe some you might be able to guess, and 1 offensive and 1 other special ability, or it can tell you base stats. What would you like to know?
Let me know its base stats.
I'm sorry, you rolled a what in total? Did you roll an 18?
No, I rolled a 17.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, so just 1. Base stats. So for the Convecyte, this guy, EAC 13, KAC 15, and let's see, Will is its weakest save. Good. It does indeed only have a 5-foot reach, and its main melee attack is that slam that you saw on our good friend Echo 7.
Okay. All right, with that knowledge, Zinnia, even though she's flying high above this guy, is gonna sort of move back a ways and take an attack.
Alrighty, tricking the attack.
Yep.
Here.
Yes, stealthily she moves away 30 feet in the air.
This thing is kind of focused on the other folks that ran right up to it.
All right, so that's actually going to be a CR4 or lower because of camouflage membrane.
Good.
And
the trick goes off.
The trick goes off, and 23 to attack.
That is a hit.
Awesome. So that's going to do 4 damage in total.
Okay, and it is looking pretty hurt from 3 hits already on this thing. Bottom of the turn order, Devasho is next.
Okay. Patrick, I can move. I can't. My moving is a little difficult. We're all kind of bundled up near a door.
Oh, yeah.
The height of tactics. I rolled 20 is saying that from where I am located now to the edge of this Convecyte is 10 feet. Is that, you feel like I can punch that from there?
You have a 10-foot reach, correct?
I am a large boy with 10-foot reach.
Yeah. So it's edge to edge. You are within range. Okay. You whipping out the shield and giving it a good conking.
Yep. Yeah, we had the shield out. So let's give it a conking. Who knows? If I roll well enough, maybe we can end this early.
Yeah, maybe we go home.
We're going home early.
Have a fun evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry. We're going to have to go another round.
Oh, no. What'd you roll here?
I rolled a 7. which is pretty. It was actually not that bad. I mean, 15 KAC. I was only off by a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it has -2 because of the charge here, but that is still a miss just by the 1. Which means we're back to the top of turn 2 with Drew, aka Echo 7.
Okay, can I take a guarded step 5 just to the north here?
Yep, and if Zenio relays that information, it doesn't seem to be able to attack you if you are 10 feet away.
Excellent. I'm going to shoot it again with the azimuth artillery laser. Here we go.
Alrighty.
It's a 19 to hit.
Oh, that's a hit.
For 6 points of damage.
Okay, yeah, it is. Another clean hole through the side of this thing. And as you do, you expose maybe half of the plate snaps off, and looking into that plate, you see something odd, like an odd color underneath, not like an organ or anything. Something there is pulsing. Don't worry, you don't have to wait too long to figure out what that is, because it is its turn, and that thing you've exposed kind of rears up, and it has a face and claws of its own as this thing shakes its chitinous plates, and out from underneath it, some of our friends come to the party. A few swarm dredgers.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Good.
Baloney. This thing carries dredger babies?
Oh, yeah.
Pronk.
I knew
I
this
probably
one
could
of
have
them
found
like
that
this.
out, couldn't I? That was one of the things I could have found out.
It's one of, yes, one of many. It has more tricks.
What an ugly trick.
I get to roll them in the initiative turn order now. Is a swift action for it to shake these out, if I recall me writing this 2 years ago.
Broken.
Yes, so it can deposit these guys as a swift action into adjacent squares, so it's actually going to...
Well, gang, it's been real.
Right now, our good friend Trest is a little surrounded, but let's see... let me roll them into the initiative turn order first. They might not get to go for a while. Let's see. Oh no, 16 on the dice. They're going very soon.
It's going to be a year and a half before I get to punch something.
Yeah, don't worry about taking your turn, Devash. I'll knock you down before that. But first, unfortunately, it is the Convecyte's turn, and the only target within reach right now is Trest. It cannot make a full attack as it used that swift, so it's going to make one attack against you. And 11 on the dice is going to be hit. And D6 coming at you as well. Nearly minimum. 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Yeah, bludgeoning damage. And that is its turn. We're back to Sprouts Marlowe. Some more targets here, Sprouts.
Oh, boy. Sprouts is going to take another shot at the big boy. Go ahead and try to take care of that.
It's looking pretty beat up. It's got a couple of melee attacks into it, multiple laser blasts, including the one that you shot last turn.
All right, so attack. CR 7 or lower.
That trick goes off.
All right, so rolled a 23 to attack.
Oh, yeah. Hit.
4 points of damage.
Ooh, 4 points. It is still chugging along. Still chugging along. Yeah, these trick attacks have not been... Oh, we need a max trick from someone. But don't worry, because it is now time for... I rolled a 16 on initiative. Yes, it's now time for the dredgers to go. We have 3 of adorable little cute dredgers that were just snuggled under this thing's chitinous plates. Trest, you can make an attack of opportunity if you want, because this one's going to go and visit Sprouts Marlowe. It's going to scuttle up the stairs and jump over this bench here.
Oh, yeah, I'm chapping at this thing. Champa. Oh, wanted to be a 20. 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
5 points of damage.
Okay, so he's getting to you with some damage, but he is going to try... Oh, I think they might all try this. That delicious dredger tactic of trying to attach itself to Sprouts Marlowe. I thought that was a 1. That is a 12 on the dice, so it is... You've got a little backpack. Yeah. And same thing, I'm going to try on... I'll actually 50-50 it, because both Echo 7 and Trest are right next to each other. 1 or 2 is going to be Echo 7, 3, 4, Trest. Echo 7, let me roll to attach. Oh, 7 on the dice. What is your KAC, Drew?
My KAC is currently 18.
Okay, so I don't think... Nope, that is not going to be enough. And this one's going to try on a Devasho. 18 on the dice. Obviously, every time this is a possibility, it's going to attack.
I'm just. You're like a leech in the swamp to me. I cannot get rid of you.
That is their turn. Jabert, we are back to Trest. Got a lot of targets now, but not as many on you as you had previously.
Alrighty, let's see here. We got some attached fools. I'm just gonna try to maintain this big guy's attention on me.
Okay. He's looking really hurt right now.
I know. I'm hoping I can just chop him down.
I would suggest that before giving him another whack at you, or two. I'll probably full attack.
Yeah. There we go.
Yes, great
22 versus Casey.
Oh yeah, and you drive your blade like straight into its like chittering maw, and all of a sudden it stops moving immediately. But then it continues to move as its plates do that rattlesnake shake. You feel maybe like a pressure building up against your blade as all of a sudden, as it dies, it lets out this death rattle. All of its plates on its back crack and explode, and the entire area is covered in sharp, acidic plates of chitin. This is an acid burst attack. It is 20-foot radius.
Everybody but Zinnia.
I think only Zinnia is out of it, as you did not descend at all, correct, Zinnia?
Right.
Okay, yeah. Everyone except Zinnia, make me a reflex save.
It's a 16.
This is very low. It's very easy. Jump out of the way of these.
Oh, good. So does a 5 do it?
Oh no, it's not that low, Jabert. Come on. Yeah, everyone else is saved except for Trest. It looks like here. Do operatives? Do you get evasion already?
I think at level 2, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So Sprouts jumps completely out of the way, but our boys Devasho and Echo 7 are going to take half damage here, and Trest full acid damage as this thing dies.
And what's the old fool doing in the back room while we're doing all of this? Is he just sleeping? What's he doing?
Yeah, he's staying safe. He's our protector.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in weapons
I would
either.
stuff him in his own suitcase if he tried to fight.
Oh, well, actually, now that you mention it, Drew, he is within that 20-foot radius blast. So I'm going to make a reflex save for him as well.
I take all those.
He does get a bonus because he is right behind our good friend Devasho. I've rolled a 6, though, on that roll, so I don't think he has like a...
Let me see if I can.
No, he only gets a +4 to this with his reflex and your cover, which means he's going to fail as well. This is 10 points of acid damage.
Holy crap.
10. And yeah, Zelenin behind you, you see him just covered in some burns, maybe some shards sticking out of his kite. He's like, oh no, oh! And at the same time, you see him like magically heal himself as he's like tugging on the wounds and healing himself up. So that is 10 points to Trest, 5 points to Echo 7 and Devasho. No. So what? Yeah, you guys both saved, right? Yes. Yeah. So 5 points there. And that is... It is dead, so good news. It doesn't get to attack you. And also good news, if you have a move action you'd like to do, Jabert, you can.
Oh yeah. I guess I got those these days. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna move over here to Sprouts and sort of get ready to try to pop this thing off of old Sprouts.
That will provoke from this dredger. Is that something you want to do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna move. I'm just gonna go.
All right, this dredger's gonna try and attack you, and I've gotten a very good track record with AOs on these little guys. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Oh yeah, it was almost a 2, but an 18 on the dice. It's gonna get a lick in before you leave. For I think that is just 7 points of damage to the dredger. 6 points of damage.
Okay.
All right, so that is your turn, Zinnia. We're back to you, hovering unseen amongst the rafters.
Yeah, Zenny is way above above everything. And I'm going to fly sort of over the crystal to the other side and take a shot at the dredger that is on Sprouts' back. Do I need to roll a life science check to identify this, or do I just know that it's a dredger?
For the dredgers, it is so low, I don't think you can fail it, because I will have you re-identify stuff, especially if it's at the higher level. But this one, I think your life science will be enough, because it's DC 10.
I can roll it if you want me to. But yeah, it would be an auto.
Even a 1 will, yeah. So no worries there.
Okay.
You have identified it.
All right, and she's going to take a shot.
Maybe you can ask Sprouts, like, what is that thing on your back?
Does it look like the other things? All right, so that's going to be a CR 9 or lower.
Oh, man, tricked.
And attack is an 18.
A hit? Even
all right,
with
so for a total of 7 damage.
Oh, 7 damage. Ouch. It is not dead yet, but oh, so close. Sprouts, you can feel this thing's grip on your back weakening as she nails it right in the side of its thorax. Tyler, we're back to you with Devasho. You've got a hitchhiker of your own.
Yeah, but we're gonna spend a move action to use the Solarian ability Blade in the Night. And we're gonna be targeting the one right in front of Echo. I'm just gonna let this one hang out on me for a while. I might as well just take care of this. Try to make sure that Echo doesn't try to get one on his frame.
At a certain point, you'll get high enough level, your AC will be high enough that these things attaching to you, you'll have like 20 of them on you, and you're like trudging through them.
I look forward to that day greatly. So yeah, here we go. Single attack. And that's better. 19 on the dice for all superhero.
Yeah, that's a hit.
9 points of damage against the drum.
You crush half of its lower abdomen, maybe one of its legs, and it is immediately bloodied. That's nice. Turn 3, we're back to Drew. Echo 7. Ooh, looks like
finish it off.
It does look like you are out of places to run from this one, but thankfully Tress did take this attack of opportunity already for you.
Oh, he did he? Excellent.
We'd be in a different story if he just stepped away.
Should I shoot both of them, or should I just shoot one of them?
I would try to kill the one directly in front of you with everything you got.
Well, probably one hit might be enough to drop this one, but I'll let you determine that. It's definitely bloodied. It doesn't look like it's going to last long in this fight.
I'm going to take one shot.
One single shot against the one right in front of you. Please roll it, Drew.
Oh, it's only a 9. It wanted to be higher, but it was not.
These digital dice roll so slowly at the end, I think, to torment or to give you that ultimate high when you roll from like a 1 to a 19. That is a miss against EAC. Sadly, Sprouts, Marlowe, you've got this one on the back. It feels very weakened. What would you like to do?
Can I shoot it?
You can, yes. And you can trick it.
We'll try to trick it.
It cannot attack of opportunity you or anyone else, I believe. All attached.
Swing and a miss.
Oh no, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 7.
Yikes. Even with the trick, that is not going to be enough. It is going to get its turn, and it is, with its little bonus here, is going to try and drill into a Sprouts with a melee attack first. A 5 on the dice. What is your KAC, Miles?
My KAC is 15.
With its bonus, I've rolled a 5 on the dice. With its bonus, it still misses.
Whew.
Yeah.
Oh boy! Even with the +2 it's getting right now, I've missed by 1. And let's see if I get that lucky with Devasho. Let me roll for that one to attack.
If you're rolling against me, it's an automatic. Well, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, automatic miss. Maybe I've only rolled a 7 on the dice, so I imagine a much higher KAC, higher than 2 than old Sprouts here. Another miss, and this one not attached to Echo 7 is just going to make... Actually, I'll make a couple attacks. It's going to go all out as it is near dead. 5 and a 15. That 15 at -4. What's your KAC?
18.
That is 18 exactly. So one hit here on its last grasp, minimum damage, 4 points of damage. That is their entire turn, going back to Trest, Echo 7. Trest and Jabert.
Oh, okay.
I just hit Echo 7. What you got, Jabert?
Yeah, I'm going to. I can see Sprouts sort of trying to get an angle on this thing and trying to blast it with his laser.
Yeah, he's like almost dancing with it. They're like the same height,
right? And I'm just sort of like waiting for him to spin around so I can just like bring it down and just sort of slice and like try to drop the blade right in between them. So
if you time it right, this thing is dead. But
oh boy.
Otherwise, you're just like hitting the stone ground right where these two were tussling.
Yeah. 13.
13 against Casey is not going to do as it is attached. Zinnia, onto you.
All right. I guess I'll continue to help Sprouts. He's the itty bitty one. Gotta help him. I'm going to try to trick and shoot it with my laser pistol.
Was that a dinosaurs reference?
Was it?
Itty bitty one.
Like I'm the baby, gotta love me.
I feel like the small character becomes team mascot in every season. So
right, yeah.
But the small character's not deep into HP damage at this point, so just throwing that out there.
Well, I mean, seriously, I'm torn between helping Rocket or helping Baby Groot, and I'm gonna choose Baby Groot. I'm sorry.
Baby.
Yeah,
sorry, Drew.
I'm the baby. Gotta love me.
Yeah. This catchphrase now. Trick does not go off. I can say that because it's CR0 or lower.
Ooh, no.
And the attack is a 21, so that's good.
Yeah.
And how much damage?
4 damage.
Had a single hit point left, so that's all it needed.
It's nice.
Falls off of Sprout's back onto the ground.
Sprouts gives Zinnia an enthusiastic thumbs up.
That brings us to Tyler.
Yay! Pummel time.
Once again, the one in front of Echo 7.
Yeah, now I'm debating the double. No, let's just get rid of the one in front of Echo 7 and then we can all gang up on the
just
the
shoot
line.
Devasho until the thing falls off him.
Yeah, pretty much. Blade in the night. I do love being a Graviton Solarian, but I never get the round 3. Like, guess what round it is? But it's round. If I could,
it's a round that's a multiple of 1, which means I'm going to melee attack.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill this thing now. 19 to hit. That's a hit. 11 points of damage. Goodbye.
Oh yeah, probably should have gone for that double attack because, we don't really have a threat to Drew as we go back to top of turn 4. Echo 7. There's just the one dredger left and it is crawling around Devasho's backside.
Can I have used? Oh no. Can I have used a move action? I just want to move to like the center so everyone can reach me easy.
Blade in the Night isn't an action.
It is. I used it last turn. I don't have to keep using an action every turn.
Okay. So you're moving ahead and doing that thing where you can't quite reach the scratch on your back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Drew, we're up to you.
Okay, so with Devasho having moved, does that make it harder to hit the thing on him, which was right next to me a second ago?
It does not make it any easier or harder. It's scuttling around, providing a +4 bonus to its armor class while it's attached.
All right, I'm going to take 1 shot, 2 shot, 1 touch shoot. I'm going to take 1 shot.
Single attack.
Just don't roll a 1, please, and shoot me.
I wish you hadn't said that out loud.
Please roll a 1, Drew.
11. Thanks, Tyler.
You rolled 2 ones. Miss. Sprouts, onto you. No monkey on your back.
All right, so I'm just going to take a trick attack on this
full health dredger. Yeah. Trick attack. Gonna need to.
That's a CR14.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, and this hit is major. What's
so I get the full 4 damage from the trick attack and 4 damage from my regular attack, so a total of 8.
Oh, nice. That is a maximized operative trick attack. So you've rolled 21, and that'll do it. You deadeye this thing as it's crawling right across Devasho's neck.
There you go, Sprouts.
Immediately bloodied, and it is its turn. I think once again, as soon as these things start to get desperate, it's just going to try and dig into your boy, dig into Devasho.
This is when bad things happen.
Double attack.
Come on, low rolls.
Bing bang boom. Bing bang boom.
Oh no!
A 15 and an 18 on the attacks. -4. Your KC is 18?
17.
Oh, that's two
My-
hits.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy. And it is 13 points of damage as it just starts ripping out chitin, ripping out maybe some connective tissue along your neck. And are you into HP damage?
Yeah.
All right, Jabert, we're back to Trest. Your boy's getting pronked up.
All right, yeah. I'm going to sort of like run around this bench and come down the stairs. And I'm sort of like dragging my sword up out of the stonework. And I sort of
Sparks flying.
And sparks are flying. And I sort of grind it on the stone wall to sharpen it up real quick. As I bring it around and I slice down.
You know what? +1 damage if you get something over an 18 on the attack roll.
All right, sweet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, 16 on the attack.
16 against its K AC. Is that correct?
Yep.
It gets unfortunately a +4 to its KAC when it's attached to Devasho, which means that is a hit.
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
Maximum damage, and you slice that thing right off of his back.
Nicely.
And we're out of combat. Ouch. 16, exactly what you need to roll here. Yeah, and you guys are out of it. How are you feeling?
Hurt.
Yeah,
Zinnia's gonna fly down. She's fine. Zinnia's gonna fly down and
I'm cool. Totally cool.
and take a sample from this new weird swarm that we saw.
Yeah, don't stick anybody with the healing serum. Take samples. Thanks, Zinnia.
She's not the medic.
It's called character dedication, Drew.
Zelenin comes out and is like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I lost my concentration. They came for the temple." He is also a mystic, a magic user, a devotee of Hylax, and has and offers to you all 2 more mystic cures if you'd like. Anyone needs a free one? He's got your back right now. How far are you down, Drew?
I'm not super far down into HP. I'm down about 5. I just or actually 6. I'm just down out of all SP, so I would love any help he could give.
Can he
Tim-
split
Tim
it
and Rest, if you
between
guys
one to Drew, one to me? Sound good?
Yeah, Tress, did you take any HP damage as well? or?
Yeah, I took 9 HP damage.
Oh, never mind.
Hey,
So-
One to him instead. Drew and Trest. Drew and Trest.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Devasho Trest has got you. We'll do like a sort of a triangle of healing here.
Ooh, I like it. Are we like
a
are we the
circular
Bermuda
back
triangle of healing?
We're all gonna like hold our hands up
isn't
like
that what healing channel basically is?
Yes, it's when a party high fives one another.
yeah. Here, I'll healing channel Drew. That does that does 10 points of damage now.
Damage.
That
Yeah.
heals damage.
Yeah, heals. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'll just do that to myself. So you guys go ahead and you guys.
So Zelenin comes over and is whispering some words in Hylax as he's like high-fiving your hand or maybe holding your wrist. This first one is going to go to Echo 7, second to Devasho. Oh boy, Echo 7 max. You're back to max HP as you get 8 back, and Devasho you get 12 back maximum.
That's Jabert.
No, Jabert healed himself. He said.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, 12. Perfect.
So
Cool, thank you.
most everyone probably back to full here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my healing is just going to take 10 minutes. Is that? Do we get interrupted?
That's
during that
perfect
time?
because I need SP back. So
I also
yeah.
So Zinnia is technically still down HP by 3 points. Can I get in on this at all, or no? I mean, I hate to complain because I took no damage
I'll
in
hook you
this
up.
fight.
No, I'll
I am
hook
going to
you up.
complain though.
I took no damage in the fight, and I
Gonna
didn't
complain
feel its
There was
special
a
abilities.
trap though. That trap was terrible. So
Yeah, I cast a spell and I'll give you 4 points back.
awesome.
Sorry, 3 points back.
That
I
is
forgot what-
perfect. That's exactly what I needed.
There we go. All worked out.
We barter.
I'll give you 1.5 points back and no more.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you had not convinced him before, Zelenin, after seeing acid and swarm corpses, sully the sanctity of this temple, says,
They will just keep coming until they get what they're searching for, until they get what they want. I should have known better than to have you all risk your lives to try and save me. How long are the pain and suffering you all have endured here, as well as the sacrifices of the SDF everywhere. And I will come with you. I will do whatever your commanders say. Though the swarm will take this temple, perhaps by the grace of Hylax, its ultimate goal can still be thwarted. Their evil machinations stopped. Perhaps this is part of her will, her plan. Or perhaps you all are just saving the life of an old pest like me because those are your orders. Either way, we'll rest you all up and then we'll head on out of here.
It seems that the geode is the most prominent facet of this particular establishment. Should we take it with us if we can, or destroy it?
I mean, he looks up at the crystalline, thing like 30 feet up, and I mean, it weighs probably a couple tons. So he's like,
if you have any idea how to get that out of here, then I'm all antennae about it. Let me hear your plan, but I don't think it's gonna budge.
I assumed you had a sizable enough null space chamber.
I got some elbow grease and a crowbar out back. That's about it.
Then get to work. Break it down.
Okay, I'll see you next week.
So I was actually going to ask this similar question. I wanted to know if Xenia could chip off a piece of it just to.
Oh, that's highly sacrilegious.
Can I do it without him knowing? I mean, I that's kind of what I was going to do when I was examining it earlier.
Unfortunately, there's no skill that allows you to hide your actions from another. Oh wait, no, that's stealth. Go right ahead.
Is it stealth or is it sleight of hand?
I swear, Rebecca, if you put us on the bad side of a god,
I was about to say,
no. There's no us in this. It's just Xenia.
I'm just saying, if you're going to desecrate a shrine of Hylax, you better be prepared for these consequences.
Mess this place up. First of all, you can roll which either skill you'd like, if you want to hide behind it while you're doing your dirty deeds, Rebecca, or if you want to just go up there and be like, oh yeah, that's cool. Clink. Like real quickly. Go right ahead. I'm going to oppose this by Zelonan. Has full stats in this book. This GM was so smart. He thought you guys would try and fight him.
Hylax more like Dilax.
This author of this book, Percept is so good. It's so good.
Would this be 24 with my camouflage membrane?
If you're going for stealth, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let me roll my perception. I've rolled 23.
Oh my gosh!
He's wisdom based, baby. He does not see it.
So minus 24. And okay, yes.
You've beaten it by 1, so you're able to get up there and just a real quick, like hide behind it and just start chiseling in with your survival knife, and you're able to get off, like a sizable little fractured shard, which probably could be tied with a leather tassel and made into a very fashionable and exotic necklace.
Yeah, I was going to say, Xenia actually has 2 motivations for doing this. One is she suspects that it may have something to do with the weird behaviors we've seen with the swarm outside the temple. And maybe there's something to study there.
And the other is fashion.
Also, no, I built it into my character very early on that she likes shiny things. So I think she would want to steal some of those. She's like a magpie.
Unbelievable.
Good point.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
We are going to die because Hylax is going to curse us. because
Rebecca wanted to build a nest.
Rebecca wrote, I like shiny things in her character's backstory.
I'm so glad that
Way to go.
I'm so glad that none of these characters have had a bunch of sticks and twine to build a nest out of.
Just for fun, everyone else that wants to make me a perception check as well.
My perception is so low, I can't even beat it with a 20.
Oh, well, if you have less than 4, then don't bother rolling.
Yeah.
I just want to see if anyone is complicit in her crimes. It doesn't look like it. It's scot-free when you're a stealth character.
I'll roll for lulz because I just want to see how bad it is. I actually didn't do too bad. Not enough. Not even close.
Yeah, not enough. Right. So you guys rest up. You're able to, through the cold, make it back to your vehicle, bring in whatever supplies. If you want to very slowly drag the bodies of the SDF, you can. But honestly, there may not be enough time.
ident tags are fine. Like
the ident tags are very easily taken. And you are able to trundle into the back of the vehicle where Raz has been waiting and is freezing his behind off. And Raz and, of course, Zeladan have a very short, nice to meet you. It's like, who are you, Pops? I'm Zeladan. I'm Raz. And yeah, you guys can pull it into reverse in the dark here, make it back down the mountain very slowly along the ice-choked mountainside with Zeladan maybe in the back, saying prayers over you, Devasho, Sprouts, in Hylax, and Sheeran the entire time, praying for safe passage. But you're able to make it off the mountain, and it is very slow going once again as you get off the mountain roads and back towards Linmari. And by the time you get back there, dawn begins breaking. You can get some light coming over the plains to the east. And as you get kind of clear of the mountains, driving along the roads, it's now eerily silent as you see no other vehicles, no other kind of distractions along the road in the early morning light. Maybe some swarm creatures off in the distance, but like a small party of dredgers too far out there to even see you. But yeah, as you're getting closer to Rio City, you receive a garbled message being repeated over and over on your comms. And it is what sounds like a pre-recorded message saying, final evacuation transports are nearly at capacity. If you have not reached the evacuation zone by, and it begins to cut in and out as static fills your comm links, only to flare to life one more time and say, oh, and to be continued, everyone. Next week, we'll find out what the comms are saying as you get back to Rio City. We're done with the Temple of Hylax.
Oh, we should have had Raz fighting some of those fights so that he could gain XP and level up.
Yeah.
Where was he? In the car.
We'll have a B party of Suthra Cesaro, Raz, Zelanan, like all the people that can easily.
We've actually got a pretty good B team going on.
We sent Sutreth back with the rest of the Linmari crew. So
well, you're going to have to go find him. True.
Yeah,
resurrect some of these.
I'm sure he'll be like a talk toable NPC somewhere in a location later on in the show.
Joke, but if you die, you're playing him. Okay, folks, that's gonna do it for us here. Thanks for playing with me, everyone.
Thank you, and happy GM Appreciation Day.
I'm so appreciated, and everyone out there, thanks for listening to this episode. Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Good night.